Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in life when the noise of the world becomes so loud it drowns out the voice within us. That voice, the one that knows what we need, who we are, and where we're meant to go, gets silenced in the din of expectations, opinions, and distractions. Today, I want to challenge you with an idea that might feel uncomfortable. It might even seem radical, but it could be the most freeing thing you ever do. It's time to ghost everyone. Now, let me clarify. I don't mean abandoning your relationships or shutting people out forever. Ghosting in this context is about temporarily stepping back from the external so you can realign with the internal. It's about creating space to reconnect with your authenticity, recalibrate your priorities, and rebuild your strength. In a world that never stops talking, silence has become one of the rarest and most undervalued gifts. Think about it. How often do you truly experience quiet? I'm not just talking about the absence of sound, but the absence of distractions. No pings, no notifications, no opinions bombarding your mind, just stillness. Silence is not emptiness, it's not void, it's not loneliness. Silence is fullness, it's the fertile ground where clarity grows, yet we resist it. We fill our days with tasks, our spaces with noise, and our minds with everyone else's thoughts. Why? Because silence forces us to confront ourselves. It removes the layers of distraction and makes room for the truths we often avoid. When you embrace silence, you begin to hear the voice that's been drowned out by the world. That voice is your intuition, your inner wisdom, the part of you that already knows what you need. It's like cleaning a fogged up mirror. You suddenly see your reflection with startling clarity. You may discover that some of the things you've been chasing aren't aligned with your purpose. You may realize that relationships or commitments you thought were essential are actually draining you. These are hard truths, but they're necessary ones. Silence creates the space for these revelations. And it doesn't have to mean retreating to a mountain or locking yourself away for days. Silence can be found in small, intentional moments: a walk without your phone, a morning spent journaling instead of scrolling, or even 5 minutes of deep breathing in your car. These moments of stillness are where clarity begins to emerge. But here's the paradox: while silence may feel unproductive at first, it's the most productive thing you can do for your soul. In silence, you can discern what's worth your energy and what's not. You can recalibrate your priorities and make decisions with confidence because they're rooted in who you truly are, not in the expectations of others. When you prioritize silence, you begin to recognize the difference between the urgent and the important. The urgent screams for your attention: emails, social media, deadlines. But the important whispers. It's the quiet nudge reminding you of your values, your goals, and the life you want to build. So dare to be silent, dare to unplug, dare to turn down the noise of the world so you can turn up the volume on your own heart. Silence isn't just a pause, it's a power. It's the gateway to clarity, and clarity is the compass that will guide you toward your best self. Your energy is one of your most valuable resources. It fuels everything you do: your work, your relationships, your dreams, and your well-being. But here's the hard truth: not everyone or everything deserves access to it. Protecting your energy isn't just a suggestion, it's a necessity for living a purposeful and fulfilling life. Have you ever felt completely drained after spending time with someone or engaging in a particular activity? That's not just exhaustion, it's a depletion of your energy reserves. And once those reserves are empty, it's hard to focus, create, or even take care of yourself. Energy is finite, and if you're not intentional about how you spend it, you'll find yourself giving it away to things that don't serve you. Protecting your energy starts with awareness. Who and what are you allowing into your space? Take a moment to think about the people in your life. Are there individuals who consistently uplift you, inspire you, and energize you? And are there others who seem to drain your spirit with negativity, criticism, or constant demands? This isn't about judging or labeling people as good or bad. It's about recognizing the impact they have on your emotional and mental well-being. You have to set boundaries not as a punishment for others, but as a gift to yourself. Boundaries are like fences around your energy. They're not meant to isolate you, but to protect the things that matter most. And it's not just about people. Activities, commitments, and even habits can either drain or recharge your energy. Look at your daily routine. Are you filling it with things that truly align with your values and goals? Or are you saying yes to everything out of guilt, obligation, or fear of missing out? Every yes to something that drains you is a no to something that could replenish you. Protecting your energy also requires learning to say no without guilt. It's one of the most powerful tools you have. When you say no to what doesn't serve you, you're saying yes to your health, your dreams, and your peace of mind. Saying no doesn't make you selfish, it makes you wise. And let's talk about the digital world. Social media, endless news updates, and constant notifications can chip away at your energy without you even realizing it. Protecting your energy might mean stepping back from the screen and being intentional about the content you consume. Ask yourself, is this feeding my soul, or is it feeding my anxiety? Finally, protecting your energy means prioritizing rest and recovery. Rest isn't a reward you earn after working yourself to the bone. It's a vital part of maintaining your energy. Whether it's sleep, quiet time, or simply doing something you love, rest is how you refill your cup so you can keep giving to the things that truly matter. Remember this, your energy is the currency of your life. Spend it wisely, guard it fiercely, and never forget that you have the right to protect it, no matter what anyone else says. When you protect your energy like your life depends on it, you're not just preserving your strength, you're creating the space to live with purpose, joy, and intention. In a world that thrives on constant connection, solitude has become an underrated and misunderstood gift. For many, being alone feels uncomfortable, even unnatural. But let me tell you, solitude is not loneliness. It's not a void or an absence. Solitude is presence with yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, and your soul. It is the sacred space where transformation begins. Let's start by addressing a common misconception. Solitude isn't about isolating yourself or cutting off from the world indefinitely. It's about carving out intentional time to be with yourself. It's about creating space to think deeply, feel fully, and reconnect with who you are at your core. When was the last time you sat in silence without reaching for your phone, turning on the TV, or filling the space with noise? Solitude is rare in today's world, but it's in those quiet moments that you rediscover your strength and hear the whispers of your intuition. Solitude allows you to pause and reflect. In the busyness of life, we rarely stop to ask ourselves the important questions: am I living the life I want? Am I on the path that aligns with my purpose? What do I really need right now? These are the questions that solitude helps you answer, and those answers can lead to profound shifts in your life. More importantly, solitude teaches you to be comfortable in your own company. It challenges you to find fulfillment within yourself rather than relying on external validation. It's in solitude that you learn the difference between being alone and being lonely. When you cultivate a strong relationship with yourself, solitude becomes a sanctuary rather than something to fear. Solitude is also the birthplace of creativity. Many of the greatest ideas, inventions, and works of art have emerged from moments of solitude. When you step away from the noise and give your mind the freedom to wander, you create the conditions for inspiration to strike. But solitude isn't always easy. Sitting with yourself means facing your fears, doubts, and insecurities. It means confronting the parts of yourself you may have ignored or buried. And while that can be uncomfortable, it's also incredibly healing. You can't grow without acknowledging where you are and what you need to work through. I think of solitude as a retreat, a chance to step back from the demands of the world and nurture your inner life. It's not about withdrawing permanently, but about returning to your life stronger, clearer, and more intentional. Rediscovering the power of solitude starts with small steps. Take a walk alone without music or distractions. Spend an evening journaling about your dreams and desires. Meditate for a few minutes each morning, focusing only on your breath. These simple practices can open the door to a deeper relationship with yourself. Solitude is a practice, and like any practice, it requires patience and commitment, but the rewards are worth it. In solitude, you'll find clarity, peace, and a renewed sense of purpose. You'll discover that you are enough just as you are without the noise of the world telling you otherwise. So embrace solitude. Make it a priority in your life, not as an escape, but as an essential part of your journey. Solitude is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And when you rediscover its power, you'll find that everything else in your life begins to fall into place. One of the deepest desires of the human heart is to be understood, to have someone truly see us, hear us, and grasp the essence of who we are. It's a beautiful longing, but it can also become a heavy chain. The constant need to be understood by others can trap us in cycles of over-explaining, seeking validation, and adjusting ourselves to fit into molds that were never meant for us. Letting go of the need to be understood is not about shutting people out or refusing connection. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of trying to explain your every move, thought, or feeling. It's about realizing that your worth does not depend on someone else's ability to comprehend your journey. People see the world through their own filters shaped by their experiences, beliefs, and biases. Often, their inability to understand you has less to do with you and more to do with their own limitations. You can spend endless energy trying to make them see things your way, but the truth is, not everyone will, and that's okay. When you let go of the need to be understood, you reclaim your energy. You stop wasting time trying to fit your complexity into someone else's perspective. You begin to live authentically, not for the sake of explanation or approval, but simply because it feels right for you. There's immense freedom in this. It allows you to make choices based on your values, dreams, and intuition rather than on how others might perceive them. It creates space for you to grow and evolve without the fear of being misinterpreted or judged. Letting go doesn't mean you stop communicating or sharing yourself with others. It means you do so without attachment to how they respond. You can express your truth without needing someone else to validate it. You can pursue your passions without worrying if others get it. This practice can feel uncomfortable at first because we're conditioned to seek external validation. But as you release this need, you'll notice something profound. The right people, the ones who truly matter, don't need elaborate explanations. They'll resonate with your essence, even if they don't understand every detail of your journey. You'll also discover that not being understood by everyone isn't a failure, it's a sign of your individuality. You are not here to fit neatly into everyone's expectations or to be universally understood. You are here to live your truth unapologetically and wholeheartedly, regardless of who chooses to understand. Detachment is often misunderstood as indifference or apathy, but in truth, it is one of the most empowering tools you can cultivate. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring about people, goals, or outcomes. It means you stop clinging to them. It's about releasing the need to control, own, or force things to go your way, and instead finding peace and allowing life to unfold as it will. When you practice detachment, you reclaim your power because you no longer tie your happiness, worth, or sense of self to external circumstances. So much of our emotional energy is spent trying to holding on to relationships, achievements, opinions, or even the way we think life should be. This clinging creates stress, anxiety, and ultimately disappointment when things don't go as planned. Detachment is a shift in perspective. It's recognizing that you can deeply love someone without needing to control their actions or decisions. It's understanding that you can pursue your dreams with passion while being at peace with whatever outcome unfolds. It's knowing that your value is not diminished by rejection, failure, or the opinions of others. This isn't easy, We're conditioned to believe that attachment is a sign of commitment, and that the tighter we hold onto something, the more secure we'll be. But the truth is, attachment often leads to suffering. When you're attached to a specific outcome, you limit yourself to one version of success and close yourself off to possibilities you may not have imagined. Detachment allows you to move through life with a sense of freedom and resilience. You become less reactive, less dependent on others' actions or validation, and more grounded in your own inner strength. You realize that the only thing you can truly control is yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, and your choices. It's not about withdrawing from life or caring less. It's about caring in a healthier, more balanced way. It's about investing in the process rather than the result. When you detach from the need to make things happen a certain way, you open yourself to greater opportunities and a deeper sense of peace. Detachment also strengthens your relationships. When you let go of expectations or the need to mold others into what you want them to be, you allow space for authenticity and growth. You can love others for who they truly are, not who you want them to be, and this creates stronger, more meaningful connections. To practice detachment, start by becoming aware of where you're holding on too tightly. Ask yourself, am I placing my happiness in something outside of myself? Am I trying to force or control an outcome? Begin to loosen your grip, trusting that what is meant for you will come, and what isn't will make room for something better. Detachment is not a one-time decision, but a daily practice. It's choosing again and again to release what you cannot control and to find strength in what you can. It's trusting yourself and the journey, knowing that your power lies not in what you hold on to, but in what you are willing to let go of. As we've journeyed through the importance of silence, energy protection, solitude, releasing the need for understanding, and the transformative power of detachment, one thing becomes clear: stepping away, or ghosting in this context, is not about abandoning the world. It's about returning to yourself. It's about recognizing that your peace, growth, and clarity often require stepping back from the noise, distractions, and expectations that cloud your path. It's about creating space to nurture your inner world so that you can show up in the outer world with intention, purpose, and strength. When you embrace these practices, you reclaim your power not because you've withdrawn from life, but because you've chosen to live it on your terms. You've chosen to prioritize your well-being over the opinions of others, your clarity over chaos, and your growth over comfort. So take this time, honor the need to pause, reflect, and realign. Remember that pulling back isn't a sign of weakness, it's a declaration of self-respect. It's a commitment to becoming the truest, strongest version of yourself. And when you're ready to reemerge, you'll find that you're not the same. You'll be grounded, centered, and clear, ready to engage with life in a way that feels authentic, empowering, and deeply aligned with who you are meant to be.